Yes, I know you read the title, then you looked at me. Then you read the title again, and then you looked at me again. I know. But what you read is correct. I am a plus size woman and I do not support, I do not condone, I don't even know, I do not celebrate this new age plus size era. I just don't. Before we hop into the video, please make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned because it's going to be juicy. I got a lot to talk to you guys about. So for those of you that are new, my name is Deanna and welcome to my little corner of the internet, Pieces of D. So typically I'm a vlogger, I'm a mom of two, and I kind of show you guys my life, and I'm mostly known for my car chats, for my card chats. um, so if you haven't watched any of my other videos, uh, then you wouldn't know that this is a little bit outside of my norm. But I just felt so led to do a video because I was really disturbed. Like I was really disturbed, okay? So let's just get into it. So yes, you did read correctly. I am a plus size woman and I do not support this new age plus size. I'm big, fat, happy, and proud era. I just don't. So how did all of this come about, right? So I was doing my daily scroll on Instagram. I'm like, okay, just scrolling. Probably shouldn't have been on Instagram, but I saw on there that an artist by the name of Lizzo, who happens to be plus size, she was having a breakdown. And she had a breakdown on Instagram. So I didn't watch all of the Instagram live that she did, but I did see clips that people kept reposting and clips that people kept talking about. So I saw enough to see that she was feeling very disturbed. She mentioned that she was she was dealing with racism. She was also dealing with people not uh, accepting her because of her weight and a couple of other things. And then within that same video that she did, that live, she went from crying and like, I'm the victim and people are not accepting me because I'm black and also because I'm not a regular standard size artist, to you guys can suck my pee from the back. So I usually don't get on topics like this. I try to stay silent about topics like this. However, as a plus size woman, I'm like, well, if Lizzo can voice her opinion, then I definitely can voice my opinion. Um, and so first I will start off saying that I have always been a little bit on the chubbier side. It wasn't until I got into, I would say like 12, I started dancing for my church and I started toning up. So 12, I'm going into middle school and my body is starting to shape out. But prior to that, I was a roly-poly-oly. Okay. I was a roly-poly-oly. I love to eat, all of those things. And then I found a love and a passion for dancing. And when I started to dance, my body started to shape up and my curves started to go into the right places. Actually, my aunts and my uncles, they would say, oh, you lost that baby fat. You lost that, you lost the baby fat. So that gives you an idea. And so from 12 to 18, I was a serious athlete. And if you guys have watched my previous videos, I've talked about that. But I was very serious, lifting weights, running track. What else? Track, tennis, and dance. So like I danced, even as a chubby kid, I danced. But I would say from the ages 8 all the way up to age 18, I became a dancer, ballet, tap, modern, jazz. You might as well say like a professional dancer. Um, so I am not foreign to being obviously a chubby person or a person that's carrying excess weight. And I'm also not foreign to being really fit. So you see me now, and I'm 29. I have two children, and um, I will be considered plus size. As a matter of fact, I would say Lizzo and I are probably close to the same size. And I think this is why I was a little bit disturbed, and we'll go into that. Um, and so I share that with you to say that I understand the struggle of being plus size. I've done interviews on TV, I've had to take photos, I've done photo shoots. So I know the stigma and the sometimes the trauma behind being in the public eye and weighing a certain weight and looking a certain way, right? Now, keep in mind, I did mention to you guys that I am only 29 years old. I will be 30 coming this October. Woo woo. But as of right now, I'm still 29. And so I also think Lizzo and I were like close in the same age. So I come from an era where plus size was Queen Latifah back in the day, right? Like she was a little bigger than her peers, but she still was shapely. She still was toned, right? People have even said that Marilyn Monroe would be considered a plus size woman. She had a little bit of rolls, a little bit of a little thickness. We'll say a little thickness, okay? But of course, gorgeous, still toned, still classy, still beautiful, okay? Now, that's what I'm used to. And I think that if you're going to carry some extra weight, you should probably do it like that. Okay. That's what I'm used to. This is just all my opinion. And, we can rock with that. Now, going back to Lizzo. Okay. Like I said, me and her, we are kind of like similar in size. Baby girl, you are overweight. And probably one of the reasons why you had that breakdown is because she is overweight. One part of the reason why Lizzo had that breakdown is because she is overweight. And speaking as an overweight plus size woman, and being in the public eye, that stuff does get to you. I don't care how confident you are. I don't care how much you try to put on, show your body, all of those things. Like, those things, they do tend to affect your mental psyche. And so, Lizzo is a great artist, right? She's an excellent artist. Um, and I've liked some of her songs. Some of her songs are bops. I'm like, okay. And I think she is gorgeous. I think she's extremely beautiful. However, confidence is not showing your behind. I remember there was she was at a basketball game, and I think she had courtside seats or something like that. And so she had on some jeans, and from the front they looked like regular jeans, but when she turned around, you could see like it was like cut like a thong, and you could see like the crack of her behind. And so you have this very overweight woman showing her behind. And then she's also been in bikinis and things of that nature. And I'm like, baby girl, I understand you want to do you. But now, when you're on live and you're crying about people are fat shaming you, it's like, well, you have shown your whole body to the world. And I'm sorry, but people don't want to see that. Like, people do not want to see that. All of this, again, my disclaimer, this is all my opinion, okay? But I can honestly say that, yeah, I dealt with being picked on as a child, being chubby. But in my adult years, I have never been fat shamed. And I would be considered a pretty fashionable plus size woman. And I have never been fat shamed. And why? It's because I carry myself with class. When did we start equating being plus size and beautiful to you have to show everything that you have? When did that showing everything that you have equals confidence for plus size women? Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do it. I'm just saying. And so I don't want to single out Lizzo, but she's like the poster child for this right now. Okay, she's like the poster child. And you know what? For people that want to comment, you got Amber Rose and the slut walk and the skinny girls. That's a different conversation for a different day. I just want to deal with my plus size, lovely ladies, my beautiful ladies. Okay, I just want to deal with us right now. We ain't talking. We gonna deal with them another time. I'm dealing with inside the family. um. So because she's the poster child, I just have to use her. But there are women out there that are my size that are bigger, and they're just showing their bodies, not trying to be healthy, and they're saying, oh, I am healthy, oh, I am this, I am that. And it's like they have roles, and let me be clear, there's nothing wrong with roles, but they're showing their roles, and you can tell that these people or these women are morbidly obese. And I used to be one of those women who were like, "Oh, I'm plus size. I love it and this is beautiful." And don't get me wrong, I love me and I love me just the way I am. But women, my plus size sisters, if we really do love ourselves, wouldn't we lose weight? Wouldn't we take care of our temples? If you really love yourself, wouldn't you want your temple to be the best that it could be? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but these are questions that I just asked myself. And these are questions that I had to ask myself as a plus size woman. I'm like, if you really love yourself, why are you not taking care of your temple? And I'm not saying that you have to be uh super skinny. Like Jada Pickett Smith, she's a very petite woman. I don't know, she's like 4'10", 5 foot even. She's very petite. She probably wear a size 2. Come on, I would never be a size 2. Number one, I'm 5'5", okay? Um, and I'm just not built like that. And I don't desire to be a size 2, but I do want to be the best size for myself. And I know that being the best size for myself is not morbidly obese. And so I can't support it. I can't support it when I look at Lizzo and we have similar body sizes and shapes, and I'm like, that's a morbidly obese sister. And I know that's not her best. I can't support it. I can't support it when I see a sister that you could tell that she's carrying a lot of stress in her belly. Because when you have sometimes you have a big belly or a pudge, a lot of that is stress. A lot of that is crap. A lot of us be full of crap. You need to detox a little bit. I'm just being honest. But you covering it up with the makeup, with the weave, and you're like, support the fupa, all of this, and it's not your best. I can't. When God created us, ladies, God created us with a specific body body type. He created us perfect and in order. When he created man and woman, and he created everything, and he looked at it and he said it was good. Eve was not obese. She just wasn't. And God did not intend for us to be morbidly obese, overweight. He really didn't intend for us to be just putting all our goodies out there. He just didn't. And you guys know I'm a spiritual person. If your body is housing, you say that you're housing the Holy Spirit, you're housing God inside of you. How are you housing and maintaining and taking care of your higher being when you're not taking care of your temple? And so, I mean, this might be a controversial video, and so what? I hope it changed lives. But I had to look at myself and say, you know what? You're not doing your best. And if Lizzo feel like she's doing her best, so be it. She don't have to ever watch my video. I don't care, whatever. But I know that she doesn't feel that way because Sister Girl had a mental breakdown on Instagram. She did. So that's the first thing. The second thing is Facebook and Instagram are now blocking people who say mean things to Lizzo, who fat shame Lizzo. And I'm like, wait a minute, we're blocking people now? Like, we're shadow banning, blocking people, whatever it's called, because somebody called somebody fat? Okay. So instead of encouraging Lizzo to make healthy choices and to get herself in shape, we're just going to condone her being overweight and unhappy. What is going on in the world? What is going on in the world? I mean, like, mind blown. And so it's almost like, okay, sisters, I love us. I gotta have a Monique moment. Monique be like, I love us for real. But it's almost like they want to keep us. They want to keep us out of shape, unhealthy, and kind of like cater to the very thing that is making us weak and breaking us down. Why would you do that? Lizzo is not exempt. She's not exempt. As a matter of fact, if somebody called me fat, which I've been called fat before, right? And because I'm confident in myself, it doesn't really affect me. But if it was somebody that I knew loved me, and they say, you know what, you getting a little too big, I would have to look at myself and say, okay, this person, they're telling me this out of love, and maybe I do need to get myself together, because we know the health risk that comes with being obese. And I don't know if Lizzo is a mother. I don't know. But like I mentioned to you guys, I'm a mother. And I recently had a health scare, and I'm just going to be transparent. Like, the beginning part of the summer, I recently had a health scare. And I almost died. And part of it was stress. A huge part of it was stress. But if I was at a healthier weight, my body would have been able to my body would have been able to fight or combat what came to attack my body. But because I am considered morbidly obese, I ended up being hospitalized. I ended up being hospitalized. And the doctors told me, ma'am, you have to lose weight. You got to get this weight off. You got to start eating healthier. Now, I'm a person that, I just keep going. I keep going. How I move, you wouldn't think that anything was really wrong with me. But on the inside of my body was working too hard. And how one of my doctors explained it, she explained it as your body is like a well-oiled machine. Like if something in this, let's just use a car, something like in the car breaks down, then it starts breaking down other things if you don't get this thing fixed. So because I'm carrying extra weight and I had some underlying health issues that I didn't even know about, my body had to work extra hard because, like I told you, I'm moving to carry this weight, and it couldn't really uh, work on the underlying health issues, if you're following me. And so everything in my body is paying attention to this weight, and then these issues started to really just spring up, and my body was shutting down, and I was almost out of here. And somebody watching this will probably say, well, you know what? I don't have no health issues. I'm 250 pounds, 300 pounds, as quiet as it's kept. Some of y'all are 300 pounds or plus. And I'm fine. Like, I'm healthy. But there's a reason why there's a BMI chart. And I used to be one of those that say, well, that needs to be different for Black women. But the truth of the matter is, the higher you climb on that BMI, the more you're at risk for health issues. It is what it is. The doctors didn't pull this out of their behinds. They didn't. And so you ain't got to be the smallest number on that BMI chart for your height and your weight, but you need to stay kind of like in that healthy range. Because when you don't, the truth of the matter is you are more at risk. So if you're overweight or morbidly obese and you're putting yourself at risk for these diseases, for these sicknesses, that's going to lead me to believe that there's no way that you can really, truly be confident and love yourself. I wouldn't want to kill somebody I love. I love my children. I don't want to kill them. What? That's crazy. I would die for them. So why, when you take care of yourself? We have got to stop condoning this foolishness. Like, we just have to. We have to. I mean, like I said, Lizzo is a good artist, and she's not the only one. Like I said, there are Instagram models. We're in social media, and I get it. Look, they want to make it normal, even down to mannequins in the mall are plus size and have guts. I saw a mannequin that has I guess it's called a dad bod with the pregnant belly. Like, it's like, come on. Are you serious? Are we now celebrating being unhealthy? Like, is that what we're doing now? That's what we progress to? So now that I know what I know, again, I reiterate, I cannot support it. I cannot support it. It's one thing if you're carrying a little extra weight. Some people go up 20 pounds, down 20 pounds. That's extra weight, right? But if it's clear that you're unhealthy and you want people to support you in this unhealth, it's almost like you're doing crack. And I hate to say it like this, but it's just the truth. It's almost like you're doing crack. And you want people to support you in doing crack. And because you're having a mental breakdown, because you're not happy, because crack affects your brain, affects your body, all of these things, and you're not happy, but you have influence. Anybody that says something to you about getting help and making fun of you because you decided to do crack, you now have higher ups taking away their free will, their freedom of speech, their free will, because you decided to make a bad decision and do crack. And yeah, you could say crack is a little extreme, but people are addicted to food just like they're addicted to crack. They are. So, yeah. That's my rant. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But I just don't support it. Yes, I am plus size, but you will always see me fighting to get to a healthier, best me. And you won't see my behind on the internet, promoting this come kiss my fupa and love on my fupa and, all of this. And I love myself. And, I may be slightly biased because I am a mom and I do believe that a mother should carry herself a certain type of way. And I consider myself um, you know, a woman of faith. And I believe that women of faith should carry themselves a certain type of way. But even outside of that, I will not support it because you gotta be healthy. You gotta lose the weight, sis. You got to. One of the things that I love about the actress Monique is that she built her platform by calling skinny women are evil and being overweight and even when I look at like some of her old shows, like when she played Nikki Parker in the Parkers, she wasn't even really that big. Like that would be considered the normal size for now in 2021. But she knew that she needed to get her health together. And I mean, she had the life. I mean, she's happily married with a very good looking husband, has children, and all of this happened while she was morbidly obese, while she was overweight. And I'll never forget the story that she told where she said her husband looked at her and was like, "Baby, like it's time. You got to lose this weight." Cuz she's always been confident, but she knew she was over 300 pounds. And I mean, you can find the interviews. She's did it in magazines and she's spoken about it publicly. But she knew she was over 300 pounds. And with having kids and a husband, and they wanted her to be there with them, he lovingly told her, "Baby, it's time. You got to lose this weight." Lovingly told her. And I mean, she was in all her glory. She's, beautiful, plus size. But it started to affect her health. Lizzo has youth on her side. If she's not dealing with any issues right now, And a lot of us younger girls have youth on our side. But as we're getting older, we're going to really start to feel the effects of carrying this extra weight. We are. And so I say this with love. Don't let this new, woke, liberated, we can do whatever we want, and that includes eating us into a grave if we want to, culture get you caught up. It's not okay. It's not. And I've had to have this conversation with myself. And unfortunately, it took me getting hospitalized, body shutting down, almost losing my life to realize that, yeah, you are beautiful. And you may be shapely. I got a little shape on me, y'all. I got some shape now. And I know how to cover it up. You know, we dress it up. We make it look real pretty. There are even clothing lines that cater to us, and we can make it look beautiful. But don't let it make you lose sight that, no, you do need to get healthy. You do need to shed those 30, 40, 50 pounds. You do. And I say this with love. So, yes, you can be confident and love yourself for where you are, but work on being your best self. Work on being the best you that you can be. So, again, thank you guys for coming in. Don't be mad at me. I love y'all. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.